I would need you guys to tell me whether you think or not Boeing is having a good year. Because on one hand, they aren't very lucky. A lot of their planes seem to have difficulty remaining in the sky. Some of them are decomposing in the heaven, and parts of them are falling on the ground. So you can't say that's lucky, right? Like that definitely needs to be counted as unlucky. But on the other hand, you had a couple of whistleblowers that allegedly had information which would put Boeing in a very negative light. And some of these whistleblowers ended up passing away right before they reached the court date. So I don't think that's unlucky. Like if you're the Boeing CEO and you find out that happened, you may be like, well, I guess we avoided a scandal there, didn't we? So this is why, you put it in the balance, and you gotta wonder, is it a good year for Boeing or not? But right now, looking at the news, it's surprising that I actually missed this, because this would be a major event. Like you would think nations around the world would talk about this. Like if this was to happen in Russia or China, it would be all over the press. But for some reason, when it's happening in America, it is in the press. Like you can find about it if you look for it. But it's something like in the corner of the newspaper. So apparently what happened is that these two astronauts went into space on a Boeing vessel. And there were some issues with the vessel regarding the hydrogen. There were some hydrogen leaks or whatever. And apparently now NASA cannot guarantee their safe return on the Boeing vessel. So they're trapped in the International Space Station. Which means that a mission that was supposed to take a couple of weeks is now taking months. And there's still no confirmed date of when they are going to come back home. Now, NASA is claiming that they're in good spirits and everything is fine. But here I'm thinking in the unlikely situation that they're not. Like, let's assume that they're panicking. Let's assume that they're very upset about what's happening. Like, would NASA actually tell to the public this? Like, would NASA come out and say, yeah, they're kind of freaking out. They're not doing very well. They're panicking right now. Like, they're rationing food. And yeah, it's so, I don't know whether or not I can trust that they're in high spirits, but I assume they are, right? Because they are professionals and apparently they are trained for situations where a mission that's supposed to take a certain amount of time ends up taking longer. NASA does say that they have a lot of supplies up there, which may be true. But the question is, like, how are they going to come back on Earth? Like, again, Boeing isn't capable now of returning them safely. So they are going to call evil man bad Elon Musk to bring them to Earth with one of his Dragon shuttles. And this complicates things because apparently their spacesuits are not designed for the Elon Musk shuttle. They're designed for the Boeing one. And apparently you can't just swap them out. The spacesuits are remarkable pieces of engineering that are designed to keep people safe in space. So it's not just like, any type of costume would work. And they may actually have to come home without suits, which is quite dangerous. But I'm pretty sure that NASA has a team of experts that didn't realize that Boeing is problematic, but they'll definitely realize how to get the astronauts back home. And this is another slap into the face of Boeing. Like, this is massive. A lot of people were saying that, well, Boeing can't get into actual trouble because they're also integrated into the United States space industry, so they're creating a lot of rockets and stuff. But the assumption was that they're doing a good job at it. And right now, for some reason, I don't know why, that they're not doing a great job. Maybe they don't just have like a diverse set of opinions working at the company. They need a little bit more diversity, more people to think differently. Because what's going on there is not sustainable. Not sustainable after we saw this year the confidence of a lot of members of the public in the Boeing aeronautics capability seems to be at an all-time low. But all jokes aside, the situation is quite grim. If you put yourself into the shoes of those astronauts, and even though they're professionals and they will say that, yeah, they're in high spirits and everything is fine, you're still stuck in space in a very small enclosure, and you don't know when you're coming back. So, is there anything that could make it worse? Is there anything possible that can make a bad situation worse? And the answer is yes. The answer is Boeing. Apparently, yesterday, the Boeing Starliner started emitting strange sonar noises.
I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep mic and let you hear it. I don't know what's making it, but I don't know if there's something that maybe is connected between here and there, making that happen. But anyway, can you do that?
We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute, and I'll call you back when it's ready.
Okay.
Station Houston on 2, we're configured for audio via hardline and CST, if you want to give us a call.
Okay, I'm in Starliner, and how do you read?
5x5, how many?
Okay, I'm gonna keep the mic up next to the speaker.
Copy.
Hear that?
At negative, Butch, we did not hear anything.
That.
All right, Butch, that one came through. It was kind of like a pulsing noise, almost like a sonar ping.
Yeah, I'll do it one more time, and I'll let y'all scratch your heads and see if you can figure out what's going on. Here we go.
I hope that doesn't resonate through the entire space station, because I didn't hear it in the audio. But that is incredibly obvious. Imagine trying to go to sleep with that sound. It's like, look. Yeah, so you have a defective Starliner that can't guarantee that you're going to go home, and now it's also making ominous sounds. I hope they figured it out. It's definitely very uncomfortable, and I don't know what's happening with Boeing. I genuinely don't know, but they're not having a good year. They're definitely not having a good year. Like I definitely thought that, okay, they're dropping the ball on their commercial planes, which is inexcusable, by the way. But they will not drop the ball when it comes to things like space, because that is international. All eyes are there. Any type of event is a damage, not just to Boeing, but the United States as a whole in the international community. Like that is actually tied to military defense and other things. So like they're not going to drop the ball when it comes to spaceflight. Well, it seems they just did. So if Elon Musk actually ends up rescuing these astronauts, that would be a huge, monumental slap in the face for Boeing. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope they come back home alive, because I can't imagine what it's like to be in that situation, to be stuck in space and you don't know when you're coming back. It's horrible. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.